We're on the camera now.
We're on the camera. We might be live.
Might be live.
We're not really sure though.
Don't know.
Because I don't see us doing the live on the things. I don't. Yep, we're on there, I think. It says live at the range.
Oh, well, how about that?
Yeah, I guess we're live. We're not really sure. The thing's not showing up for the things. So welcome. I don't know if Phil screwed something up or something screwed up, but kind of one of them things. Things been awesome lately.
Can we watch us being live while being live?
Oh,
you just hit the power button.
I just turned it off. So I guess.
Good job.
No, we can't do the. I don't know. We can't do the things to the things while we do the things.
I think that we're live. I don't know. Sorry for the technical difficulties.
Yeah.
See what happens when we try to be fancy?
Right. I don't even know what the fancy is. What were you for trying to be fancy?
Just trying to do things here instead of me walking around in circles.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. If I go straight to the page, I can see that we are doing a thing, maybe.
Oh, yep.
There
We're live.
Sorry for the technical.
Hey. I can see we're live. If you can see us, say hi and stuff.
He's got another post going on at the same time.
Uh-oh. We need to slap Sam.
Sam, what the hey? Anyway, I don't know. We'll figure out. Maybe we'll get this thing up. So if you guys have comments, hopefully, maybe it's
at least if you're out there watching, say hi.
Yeah.
Let us know that we are actually live. Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Showing. I think that's now, not then.
Let's see.
Now.
We'll do this, and then we can watch see how much further behind.
Yeah, we're going to be probably a good 23 seconds.
Wilson Combat EDC X9. This is the compact model. So you're looking at like G19 sizes. Awesome gun. Literally built from the ground up. It's not a converted anything. It's a really wide, sort of like a 1911, but chunkier.
Yes, 1911-ish.
Couple of our members have these things, and they are awesome shooters. Really crisp trigger. Really great sights. That front sight is just, it blares.
Killer, yeah.
Not for the faint of heart on the price point side.
It is Wilson Combat.
Yeah, and they're charging you hundreds for every letter.
Yeah,
that is on the side of that. So,
it's true.
Looking at about
but if that's
$100 bills for that.
That's your thing, though.
They are gorgeous.
It is an awesome gun.
Really well.
I'll tell you, one of the big complaints I always have about 1911s. I love the triggers. I hate how skinny they are, but when you get to double stack 9mm, it feels good to me. Anyway.
Yeah, it's just awesome. It's awesome. But it's not for your budget minded.
Yeah, no.
Now this, on the other hand,
what we got in the box there, Mr. Christopher?
It says a Ruger, and it's got like a little price tag on there.
Especially in comparison.
These things don't show up very often. When they show up, they don't last very long. We had 2 of these come in
just a couple hours
today.
ago. Yeah, just a couple hours ago.
And one of them sold before they even hit the floor.
Yeah.
This one has not even technically hit the floor yet. So
because we wanted to be able to show it in here.
Trying to see this first. So if you're watching, hit us up on the things and tell us you need the Ruger 5.7.
5.7.
So 20 rounds of 5.7 goodness in my opinion, a way nicer setup than the FN model. It's plastic in the right side parts, so the bottom half, and metal on the right side, which is the top half. So unlike the FN that has a lot of plastic on it, this one actually has enough metal, and it's just It's an absolute pleasure to shoot. We got the chance to shoot him at a SHOT Show. Ruger has been doing a lot of good things here lately, and this new, I don't know which they're calling this. Is it their American line or their security line or whatever?
I think it's just its
their
own
new
thing.
polymer pistols are just awesome. Got a really good trigger. So you got fairly long reset, but nice, no real grittiness in there. No nasty. Nice sights, target sight rear, fiber optic front, cut out in the top for the slide. Like I said, it's all metal slide, so that's a big advantage for it in my opinion. Does have an ambi safety on it. Magazine release is swappable for all you backwards dudes, but man, super fireball. Looks like it's cut on the top, got two little deals there, so I don't know. Is there like an adapter or something in
plate?
here?
Yeah, I don't know what.
Plate. You get a lock, you get a second mag, you get a cool box. And that's it.
I'm not sure what.
But it does have two screws on the top, similar to like on a shotgun. So I don't know if they have like some sort of a little rail that you get on for the top of that.
Yeah, I don't
You
know.
can mount optics on it. Hopefully that's what it is, because that would be totally cool. Because this thing with a dot on top, that would be a lot of fun.
Hi, Jeff Alley. Go back to work.
Hey, Jeff. Yeah. So this week we wanted to kind of pull some of the questions that you guys have been sending in and kind of go over some of the general questions that you guys have had that we've touched on probably all these things in one form or another, but kind of throw them all together as one more of a question answer type session. So a big one was form wanting suppressors.
Yeah.
Now there was a bunch of people that were asking about this, so I'm not 100% sure if maybe some of them were terminology, not misunderstandings or what, but to form one a suppressor means that you're going to make your own muffler for a gun.
Correct. You are
and
building
you can
it.
totally do that.
Yep.
There are a number of companies out there, less now than there used to be. There's different plans out there. I mean, you can start with a Maglite body, PVC and freeze plugs, stack them up, drill holes in the center, and technically it will work.
With the Form 1. You can't just do that and
Well,
put
right,
it on your gun and roll with it. You do have to Form 1 it, and when your Form 1 comes back, you can complete the entirety of the process.
Right. So the whole process of doing that is going to be the same as doing any other NFA, National Firearms Act, just in case. So you'll have fingerprints that you have to do, passport style photos that you've got to do, submit for a full background check, check off all the boxes. You can either do it with a trust or as an individual. What are the differences there? A trust in short form is like a company.
Yeah.
It can hire and fire people. It can own property and hold properties. It can have a say in things. You being the starting party for the trust, in short, will get to choose, i.e. like a president of a company, who's hired, who's fired. At any point, if you want somebody to then be able to take your thing, suppressor, SBR, SBS, whatever, and leave with it and come back, cool. Put them onto the trust. They can then go use the thing just like it was you, and then when they bring it back, you can remove their name. Great for family members, spouses, anybody that may want to have your thing. Individual, you have to be in possession of the thing.
John Stein just brought up a point. He said for a Form 1, you have to submit the plans for what you're building.
Yeah.
So any sort of, if you can't just say, hey, I want to build a thing and make it whatever you want. You do have to submit. And now there are companies out there where you can buy a kit. Mm-hmm. And that's your plans. You can say, hey, these are the parts I'm going to assemble into a thing. Whenever your Form 1 comes back, they have jigs that come with them, and you can finish drilling the holes and then thread it onto your firearm or brake or whatever you're putting it on.
So major things that I would think about would be, if you don't have a whole lot of experience with a suppressor, I'm kind of thinking you'll probably be better off going with something that's warranted, that's tested, because I mean, this is a muffler, and if this muffler gets in the way, you're going to have a projectile that is going to meet your muffler, and it's going to do things.
And not real far away from your face.
Yeah,
right?
So it's going to tear stuff up. It's going to break parts, and if you're the one that put it all together, you get to be the one that has to worry about all that stuff. If it's warranted by another company, A, the chances of it failing are going to be a lot lower. They've done it before.
Yeah.
And B, if there's a problem, they fix it instead of you being the one that's held liable for it. Same thing if it's not quiet enough or it's too heavy and all that stuff. They've done the testing.
So what's the biggest reason to Form 1 a suppressor?
Speed.
Yep.
Speed is the number one reason that a lot of people are looking at Form 1ing. So the Form
They're coming
1s
back
and Form
much faster
4s,
than Form 4s.
is honestly, the Form 1, Form 4, 44, 73, you hear a lot of that stuff in the gun world. It is literally the number and the title of the actual form. There is only a form.
Yeah.
So it is a Form 1. You in Illinois, you don't get to play with them, sorry.
Yeah, Illinois, sorry, you don't get to.
California, you don't get to play with them, sorry. But all the rest of the free states, you can. It's all the same Form 1, it's all the same Form 4. Form 1 is I'm going to make it. You do have to supply, it's going to be X long and capable of this caliber, and they'll have a number of different questions. It's not rocket science, it's literally just answer the questions. How long is it? Measure it out. If you have not built it, yes, you're going to have to guess. Use an educated guess.
Not a big deal.
Yeah. They're not super picky on, well, it's 4.18 and you said it would be 4.1. It's 4.25 inches long.
Yeah.
Like, for real. Still all the same other stuff. Form 1s, though, are coming back in a matter of weeks. We had a guy come in, he looked like he was just like absolutely shocked. And after talking to him for a few minutes, I kind of started to worry about like, is this guy stable to like get this thing? Turns out that he filled out his Form 1 and sent it in. He and his fiance had talked, and he had explained that it's a long, lengthy process.
It's going to take a long time. I got plenty of time to save money.
I'm going to send it off. We'll then get married. Everything's going to be hunky-dory. We'll get back from the wedding and all that. And they were scheduled to be married in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
He got his paperwork back in a week and a half. So he was freaking out because now that he's got this paper saying he can build it, he's stuck in a dilemma.
Yeah.
Do you poke the beast that is getting ready to get married and say, "Hey, babe," or do you just sneak through and try and keep it?
Well, you're not married yet. But
yeah.
I'm probably just going to build it.
He was a little bit freaked out, but I mean, a week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that.
Bye, Andy.
Most of your Form 4s, i.e. already made, I just want the thing now, 9 months to about 12 months.
Yeah.
They say they're going to be trying to get them faster. Form 1s are down in like 30 days or less, so that's kind of what they want.
If they could flip Form 4s in a month, dude, it'd be awesome.
Yeah. So I think it's
That's always the big hang up with any NFA item is that you have to hand over all the money. You pay for it now.
The whole suppressor, the whole tax stamp, the whole money for your trust.
And you don't get to take it home for 9, 10, 12 months. That kind of sucks. Now, when you buy something, you get something Form 4 here, typically, not right now, but typically you can come in and shoot it.
Yeah.
Obviously, right now with our range being shut down, that kind of sucks for those people. But typically, you can come in and you can check it out. You own it. You just can't possess it yet. So you come in and say, "Hey, I've got a suppressor in NFA jail. What's your last name?" "Oh, it's Smith." "All right, you go on downstairs. We'll go grab it for you. We take it down, check it out to you. You can shoot it. We put it back in our vault when you're done. And in 10 months, when that process is over, you get to take it home with you."
Yeah, you get to go and do your happy dance. And we have people doing happy dances every week, so it is constantly coming back. They take a while. If you've never shot a gun with a suppressor, ask.
Yeah, we've got
We
'em.
don't publish it very much. We don't promote it very much because when you're adding a suppressor, it does end up causing some adverse side effects, i.e. it gets dirty and the gun gets really dirty.
Yeah.
So being that we rent these things out to a lot of people, if we just had cans on everything, it would be really fun for a little while, and then cans would start getting filled up with lead and they don't work anymore. And
People think they're falling apart, and it's just
yeah,
maintenance.
it's just
and-
overly
yeah.
shot and overly used. The guns end up getting a lot of abuse when you're shooting high volumes of suppressed fire. It causes a lot of things to wear a little more rapidly. So as a range thing, ask us. We have no problems getting it out, and we can get some examples out. No, we're probably not going to have the exact thing that you want to test.
Yeah.
It's just not feasible. There's probably a YouTube video on it, but we will have some examples, some 45 cans, some 7.62 cans, 5.56 cans, 22s. So we can suppress all kinds of cool stuff, and then help you make your own decision on that end.
Yeah.
So the Form 1s, though, I think that's kind of a neat deal. And I have to admit, I'm looking into doing it that route
Yeah.
instead. I don't mind being out the money. I just don't want to be out the money for a year.
I
And I just find that there's the problem that I've had with them, and I understand if I'd have done it already, it'd already be done. And
Yeah.
it'd be done. I get it. I understand. I'm not dumb, but I am stubborn. I am really stubborn. I'm not dumb. I'm a dumbass. I'm not dumb.
There's a difference.
Yes. There's a lot that can happen in a year.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to throw out a bunch of money. And I'm sure a lot of you are like that. And then what happens if you
Yeah, 'cause
move?
it's not inexpensive.
It causes
you know,
a
it's-
hiccup.
Oh, it does.
If you
Yeah.
move out of state, bigger hiccup. If something happens in that time frame. I mean, the money aspect of it is not really something to be too terribly worried about it. But at the same time, like, there's a lot
Just
that
want
can
a thing.
happen in a year.
I'm a very impatient person, so when I decide I want something,
I want it.
I want it. I don't want to wait for it.
Right.
So
And, like,
I formed one of my
sometimes
SBR
I'll wait,
because of that.
but I normally wait a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you got the thing, and I don't have the thing here. I gotta order the thing. I need the thing. I'll order the thing, and I'll wait the couple of days. I don't like it, but I'll do it because
Yeah.
it. But otherwise, like,
Months
a
at a
year?
time, not so much. Yeah. Yeah.
so. Speaking of waiting, online orders. We're finally starting to get more in. However, please bear with us. The entire industry hit an absolute flood
Yes.
of orders in between the 20th and current. Things have kind of slowed down a little bit, but
But the backlog, that's on current orders, have kind of slowed
Yeah.
down. The backlog is still huge. It's not us. It's not.
we've got one vendor that's running about 3 to 4 weeks. I think we're looking at numbers today, Jake and I, and it's looking like some of this stuff is falling almost to 4 weeks to 5 weeks, getting close to the 5-week mark. One vendor is only a week and a half behind, so hope for that one vendor, but a lot of them are 2 to 3 weeks behind. We're doing everything we can. They're so backed up that when you send an email and say, hey, can I get an update on this? If we haven't called you, it's not here, and I absolutely don't really have any good way.
Yeah.
We're
We have no way of
starting to
knowing.
be able to kind of see some of the trends in kind of, like I like to say, we can start seeing through the matrix. One vendor I'm seeing in there, we have a customer that's wanting an update. And I don't know, but what I can see is that orders up through the day prior shipped yesterday. His order is in a bundle of orders that look like they're going to be the next shipment. Sometimes I can see that, but this is stuff from the beginning of April. I don't have shipping info until it's shipped. And if I tell you, hey, it shipped today, still going to be 3 days before you can come pick it up. So
You know, typically, if we could see something was in stock at a vendor, right? You order a widget, and we can see that widget's in stock. We know, hey, that's going to ship either today or tomorrow,
Yeah.
and we'll get it in a couple of days. Right now, we could see that widget's in stock, and we could call our person. They're going to say, yeah, we got it in stock, but I don't know when it's going to go.
Yeah.
There's so much stuff, such a backlog of just trying to get trucks out of their warehouse that it's taking time, and we apologize for
And
it.
not
but
to mention, some of the trucks literally can't get out of this because they are not allowed to, like, this whole priority thing and essential and non-essential, blah, blah, blah. It's throwing absolute monkey wrenches in everything.
shipping across the board, not
Truckers
just
can
us.
drive
Yeah.
faster and longer than they normally can. They've been graced those, but it's still not enough.
Yeah.
And they're still getting regular shipments get bumped for any kind of medical needs. So we're stuck. So bear with
Be
us.
patient. We
Shoot me an
will
email
call
and
you.
ask. I don't have a problem looking and seeing if I can find anything, but don't beat me up when I say, unfortunately, I got nothing.
Yeah.
Now, swapping the things that we have in store, we have lots and lots of things. Most of what you ordered, we probably also have a thing on the shelf or have had a thing on the shelf. If we have those, Jake and I are working to try and pull as many of those as we can because we don't want you waiting any longer than you do.
Yeah.
So we are trying to pull as many of those as we can forward. I might have saved 2 today, so we're trying to do what we can, but please bear with us.
It's a constant battle on these guys, and to try to balance all of this and
It's no fun.
and keep people coming in here and keep people happy. You know, we both understand that impatient part of it, and unfortunately, there's not a whole lot we can do aside from try hard to get the stuff or dig around through the store to see if we happen to have that thing to fill your order.
Yeah.
So
But that's on that one. Back to questions. Trusts. I think we kind of went over that.
Yeah.
Trust there. So Silencer Shop does have what they call like their single shot trust. There's really 2 different kinds of trusts. There are regular trusts that cover everything, be it properties, monies,
financial
whatever.
planning type of trust.
Yeah, financial stuffs. This is not the same. This is a NFA Gun Trust. It does have some legal mumbo jumbo in there.
Very technical term.
Chris Cox uses a way better word for that, but I think mumbo jumbo is a little more
That's
accurate.
on my level of legalese.
Yeah. And so on the NFA Gun Trust, you'll have really 2 different variations of that too. You'll have a boilerplate, hey, this has all the basics, this is what you need. Legally, that's all you need. It has to have that legal jargon in there, and all the basic boilerplates will have that. And then you can kind of have one that's customized and tailored to you and your specific situation. So if you need help and you need a certain thing, or if you've got a situation that, let's face it, they're all different, but you have a situation that you think is more than just, I want boilerplate and that's going to be good enough for me. Spend the extra money and look into something good.
Here's the way that I look at that is that, yes, the boilerplate stuff does work. It does cover the bases, and it's a financial savings over having something custom made for you and your family or whoever you want in your trust. But you're buying an expensive item that has major repercussions if something's not right.
Yeah.
All right, NFA items, they don't mess around with. If there's something sideways and you do something illegal, you're going to get an all expenses paid vacation pretty quickly. Okay,
Get matching bracelets and everything.
So I'm if you're going to spend the money on a suppressor or an SBR and you're going to build something nice, do the same for the trust. Spend a little bit extra money. You have a person that you can talk to, i.e. your attorney, that can answer questions for you and make adjustments if you need to add somebody or take somebody away and all that kind of stuff. If you don't have somebody that can do that, we can recommend somebody for you. If you came in late last year, we did an event with Chris Cox on NFA Trusts.
We are going to be doing some more of those. I know that there's been quite a few people that reached out to Chris as well.
Yeah.
People who reached out to us, and so it was well received. So we are going to do another one of those. We called it Silent Night. We'll do something along the same lines. Full presentation, the hows, the whys, the whats, all that good stuff, technical stuff, legal stuff, all that will be covered. and then we go downstairs and play with some different options. So, but we'll be doing that again. Chris is one of the more costly trusts, but it is literally something that it is going to be you and an actual real practicing attorney sitting down and talking. It does not have to be face to face. In fact, right now, a lot of you guys have nothing to do. You might as well set up a trust. Go for it.
Even if you don't do an NFA, do a regular one, right? I mean, protect yourself, protect your family, protect your assets. I think not enough people do that stuff, and my wife's in that business in financial planning world, so she unfortunately sees a lot of people that don't plan ahead, and their families pay a price for it. So it's a little bit upfront money for you to protect what you love.
But you're protecting what you love and what you have worked to earn thus far and in the future. So they don't die out; they're good forever. So in a individual passing on, all of that trust is still there. So if there's other people on the trust, all the guns that are in that trust then you can just change hands. They're still under the trust. They're still covered. So suppressors, big time. Being that you're going to have to spend $200, you're going to have to jump through all these hoops. Why make the next guy do the same jumping? Because yes, when you're the individual and you pass on, the gun doesn't have to be rendered useless, basically. Doesn't have to be turned in. It can go to another party. There's just some extra legal steps that you got to take. They don't have to pay the $200. So if you've got somebody that's in that situation, you don't have to pay the $200 for the stamp. But there are certain steps that you have to take within certain time frames. None of them am I an attorney. Don't take my advice. Contact an attorney. i.e. another reason to have your trust, because then the attorney helps you with that.
That's right.
So I like Chris Cox's stuff. I'm going to go that route individually, but once I decide to just
do it, Form 1 something.
Yeah, just do something. So I need to figure out if I'm going to do the Form 1 or if I'm just going to wait. I don't want to wait that long. Form 1 seems to be the route. And I'm dumb, and I like to build stuff. So I think I'm going to try and build my first explosion on that one. Because it's going to break. And we all know that. I don't do it right the first time. But maybe I can save parts that I can then keep fixing.
Reassemble?
Maybe. Probably not, knowing my luck. But nonetheless, NFA items. I don't know what NFA items we have more questions about, but there's suppressors, short barrel rifles, and short barrel shotguns.
And
then there's a bunch of other weird stuff like any other weapons because they don't fit into those things. But
and in full autos. In the state of Missouri, you can own all that.
Yep.
You can't own that everywhere. Some states restrict all NFA items. Some will just restrict suppressors or whatever. But here in the state of Missouri, you can own all that stuff. Really, whatever you want. It's just playing the game, waiting game, and spending the money on it. And you're good to
go. Personal opinions on anything firearm related. Y'all got to get a little more specific.
Yeah, I like guns.
I like them.
They're kind of cool.
I like little ones. I like big ones. I like medium ones. I like black ones and brown ones and green ones and multicolored ones. And
it's getting a little weird, but
shoot out single shots.
I still like them.
Multi-bursty shots. And
I mean, for me, anybody that's taken a class from me knows that I'm a Glock fan. But the reality of it is, and I tell people all the time, I'm the same way with motorcycles and bicycles and all this stuff. Like I have my preferences. I ride a Harley, but I like motorcycles, right? I shoot Glocks primarily, but I like nice guns. It's something that will work, that fits me well. And that's the biggest thing, is whatever you can shoot, it puts a smile on your face and makes you keep coming back to shoot it, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Right?
So try out guns. Yep. Try them out. You never know what you're going to like until you try it out. Sometimes things don't feel as great in the hand, and you're like, what's the worst thing's going to happen? You shoot the thing and go, ooh, I don't like that at all. Cool. Now when somebody says, hey, you ever shot a, yup, I have, and it's terrible.
Yeah, and I didn't like it.
Like the 460 Kazul or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
stupid revolver. Like, no, I've shot that. Now anybody like, hey, you want to shoot this? No, I've shot it before. I'm done. 2 rounds out of that thing is good enough for me. The 454. That's the 454 Kazoo. Yeah, retarded. Yeah. The thing is just ridiculous. There's no need for all that. I mean, yeah, there kind of is because it's really kind of neat.
It's a just because.
2 rounds, good enough for me.
500 Smith & Wesson, I'm kind of the same way with. Like, I've shot I don't know, it was like a 10-inch 500 Smith & Wesson, and that was like kind of fun and cool. And I shot like a 3-inch 500 Smith & Wesson. I was like, yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah,
thanks.
Yeah, KD just bought that one, and I was like, no, don't need none of that. Nuh-uh.
What's up, Mr. Birch?
Rifles is a different thing. I like a lot of the weird rifle things, especially on the AR platform. There's a lot of really cool calibers. My preference, I've been a fan of the AR platform as long as I can remember. I always thought it was cool looking because it was the military, you see all the old movies and stuff, and Predator was one of the first ones. They're like, yeah!
Oh, I just saw that on TV the other day, and I was gonna watch it, and I did not watch it. I haven't seen that in a long time.
But you see those, and it's like, it's always been one of the cool guns. And now, here we are in an age where you can get that thing. I think CMMG had a display at SHOT Show. And it was something like, 11?
Yeah, I think it was
9 or 11 different calibers.
They had a whole stack of...
stacked up on top, all through the one standard...
lower.
5 standard AR-15 lower.
Yeah.
All using just adapting a magazine or having some sort of a weird magazine for it, but nonetheless, one platform, and you got 9 or 11, something like that. And that's just... the platforms and the calibers that they had just for the AR-15. You get the AR-10, which is a whole new ball game of big cartridges. You got some companies like CMMG and a couple of the other ones that are like, so it would fit better in a bigger one, but then we don't want to make the whole big one, so we're going to have this like medium. Yeah. And you got like DPMS in their G2, you got Adams Arms in their small frame 308, CMMG with their mutants and Mark 47 awesomeness, which
Chris is not a fan of the Mark 47 at all. Not at all.
I love that gun. I am wondering though, because a little birdie had told me that there was going to be a new funky thing coming out on that platform, and it was supposed to be launching now at NRA show. Yeah, NRA show is not happening this.
Was supposed to be Friday. The show was supposed to start this Friday.
Yeah.
Whatever. What day is today? Wednesday. So in 2 days, the show was supposed to start.
Yeah.
No.
So.
Yeah, I was going to be. Where was it? Nashville, I think.
Is it Nashville? Yeah.
I think it was in Nashville. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I think so. But I was supposed to be heading there tomorrow.
Whatever. It's one of them close ones. I think it was Nashville.
Yeah, I think it was Nashville too.
But yeah, so kind of wondering. Are we going to see that? But
I bet not.
I know.
I bet they're so far behind
busy
right
as
now.
They are right now.
Yeah. So I've been having that discussion. Maybe that's something we can talk about a little bit. I've had several people. So in the mornings, I've been trying to do a little update thing, walk around here for 30 minutes, drink a cup of coffee, and just chat with people. And I've had several people ask me about, hey, I saw the new ABC and XYZ from SIG or Ruger or Smith or whoever. Where is it? I don't know. Right? And I think a lot of those manufacturers that were going to launch stuff now, they kind of tease it at SHOT Show, and they said it'll be in production. You'll be able to order them at NRA Show or whatever. They're stuck building their tried and true stuff that they can't build enough of right now to get the new stuff going.
SIG's crossbolt.
Yeah. Somebody actually asked about that this morning.
Bolt gun. Yeah. We literally had our SIG rep in yesterday. Talked with him for a long time, and he said that the cross, you can get them. We can start placing orders for them. He's not sure when they're going to be shipping, but ultimately they're not going to make any big push on it.
Yeah.
They're not shipping them out like ahead of time like they normally do. All those plans have been scrapped because of this. Because there's no way that they can put events together because they can't get a group of people together.
Yeah.
And so I'd imagine that's going to be the thing the whole time. Like this Ruger 5.7, I literally had 3 people ask about this yesterday. Had 2 people ask about it today. One lucky guy today found out that we had them in, and one lucky person will get to go home with that one. But it's just the unusual stuff is not easy to get right now.
Yeah.
Because, like you just pointed out, the bread and butter is in getting stuff out the door. So
the
stuff
Glock 19s, the Glock 17s, the M&P 9s, the standard tried and true stuff is what they're building.
Pull replacement parts off, and instead of having them as replacement parts, I can pull all of these things. They can go into fresh builds, and they can get out to the stores. So quickly as possible is what they're pushing for.
Yep.
Let's see,
what else we got on there?
Different guns and uses. Yeah, you should have different guns.
You should have different guns for different uses.
Long shots should be done with
Require
the
a longer
shortest pistol
gun.
possible.
No, other way. Is it this way?
Oh wait, the shortest shots need to be with the longest
guns. Yeah, I mean, it sounds logical.
And then the longest shots with the shortest
guns.
Yeah. Sometimes they're not pistols, they're rifles, and sometimes they're not rifles, they're pistols.
We're totally confusing, but it's good.
Maybe. I don't know. No, different guns for different things.
Yeah, you have guns. I have
don't
guns
use a shotgun for a pistol.
Yeah, I have guns that I carry all the time because that's what I trust and I use a lot. I have guns that I bought just because I thought they looked cool. I don't carry them. I shoot them a couple of times a year. They come out of my safe and I'm like, oh, I haven't shot this in a while, and I put 20, 30, 50, 100, 200 rounds through it, and it goes back in the safe, and I do it again the next year.
Those are the ones I clean more often. I clean them like almost every time I shoot them.
Yeah,
because I know that I'm going to shoot them, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to see you for at least another 6 months or so. I might as well dust it off a little bit.
Chris and I are in the same boat on how we clean our guns, or the lack thereof. You ask some other people here, they can't stand the fact that we won't clean our gun every time we pull the trigger. It's not necessary, but yes, if you're going to store a gun for a while, I'd rather store it cleaned up. Now, I'm probably not going to detail clean it. I'm going to brush some solvent on it and wipe it off, put a couple drops of oil on it, put it back together, and be done.
See, I'm going to use a 3-in-1.
Yeah.
Because then you don't have to worry about if you get
CLP.
it all off. You just spray, knock off the big chunks.
Put it back together.
It's going back in the shop. I do have one that I cleaned up really nice, though, because I don't think I'll ever shoot that gun again.
Really?
Yeah.
What was it?
I'm not a big fan of selling guns, so you just find a gun and you're like, I don't think I'm going to shoot that one anymore. I don't like the way that one shoots anymore.
I've got a Ruger LCP.
Goes in the very back.
That I haven't shot in probably 5 or 6 years. And I had somebody, I don't know, this was probably a year ago or so, that said they were looking for one. A friend of mine, I'm thinking I'm going to pick up an LCP. And I said, well, I've got one, I'll sell it. Never mind. Like, I can't. I don't like to sell guns.
Yeah, once you own the gun, I guess maybe if I was ever approached by somebody that said, hey, how much do you got in that XYZ? And I said, this. And they were like, cool. I'll give you X amount more than that for it. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe, because then I'd be like, cool, I can just take the money and just redo the thing.
And have leftover.
But it's even that'd be doubtful. Be like, I tell you what, why don't you just give me the money? I'll do the thing, and then I'll get like.
This one's got my stuff on it already.
This one's got that scratch on the side that, like, I remember when
guns can be scratched.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I have a tendency.
It is okay.
It's like my new guns, I try and throw them down as quickly as I can once they become mine, because I know I'm gonna get a scratch, and I'd rather just scratch it off the bat.
Just be done.
Know it has a scratch in it, doesn't bother me.
Yep.
And then when I bump into something and there's another scratch, I'm like, okay.
Oh, who cares?
Or
It's
a
a tool.
You guys was like freak out because like the front of your gun and then the sides of your gun gets worn. Welcome to holster wear.
Yeah.
So putting it in and taking it out of a holster, regardless of what the holster is going to wear on the gun.
It's funny. I had a gunsmith that do some work on one of my pistols, and it had a bunch of holster wear on it. And after he got done working on it, he called me and said, "Oh, and by the way, I went ahead and recoated it." I'm like, wait, what? He goes, oh yeah, it was all scratched up and looked like trash. So I went ahead and recoated it for you, so it looks all nice and clean now. I'm like, but that was my stuff. That was like, it was, now it looks too pretty. How am I supposed to do that?
Yeah.
I don't know how that works. So yeah, and we see it where we have somebody who will buy a gun and 6 months later say, hey, this gun's terrible. The finish is wearing off. Well, you've been using it. You've been doing stuff with it. You've been coming in and out of holsters with it. You've been taking classes or shooting competitions. That happens. That's normal. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal.
And I think it makes them look better.
I do too.
Like you get all them like wear marks.
Yeah.
You can tell a lot. Let's see. Uncommon or unusual guns hiding out in some of your safes.
Oh, man, I could bring some in. I've got.
Maybe we're gonna hold on to that one.
Yeah.
Let's hold on to that one. I think that one was.
I've got some weird
That's
stuff.
a good one. I think we should just have.
Yeah, I've got like some, not completely odd, but I've definitely got some weird stuff that. Hey, quit making noise on the microphone.
I don't have anything weird.
I've got a weird AR, and I've got a weird. It's not too weird shotgun, but I've got an old shotgun that was my very first shotgun that I've still got. I could bring in.
Yeah, I don't have anything weird, but I think.
I think it's a good thing. We do that.
Yeah, we'll do that. Safely clear your house. At first, I thought that said safely clean your house, and I was thinking safest way to clean it is to get somebody else to do it.
Yeah,
right?
have your kids do it.
Right.
That's a tough one to do
That's a tough
here.
one.
Yeah, I mean, so let's back up for just a second, right? So when I teach a CCW class, which is a basic level class, I will straight tell people the best thing to do is to shelter in place somewhere, right? Gather all your loved ones, go get your kids, and you have a safe spot, whether that's a bedroom or a bathroom or I'm not usually a big fan of bathrooms. I want you to have some way to get out if possible, but not everybody's house is that's possible. Some place that you can lock a door. It's got a nice, solid, heavy door. You can lock. You can have your firearm in there. You have a phone. You can call 911 and say, I think there's somebody in my house, right? You, as a newer gun owner, don't need to be walking around the house with a gun in your hand, okay? It's call the cops, let them come help you out. And there's other things you can do as far as...
something similar to this.
Yes, with a loaded firearm, not an unloaded firearm.
Use an unloaded one. That would be pretty silly.
Yes.
But for those of you also that are like freaked out and haven't been through enough training to know that a round in the chamber won't automatically go off, when that happens, do this first, and then that way you actually have a round in the chamber, and you can do like this.
Yeah,
with the
kicks
phone,
in the door.
The police on one side, your gun on the other.
Yeah, and so then clearing your house becomes easy because you're just calling 911. You're letting those guys and gals do that. There are ways of clearing your house, and there's different ways for different types of homes. And if you're using a handgun or a long gun, and is it one person? Is it you and your significant other, you and your brother, or what's the team like? That's a whole nother subject.
That's really something that if you're asking the question, the best answer I think is going to be you get training. You go to somebody that knows what they're doing, not your uncle who was a Green Beret Ranger,
space gunner. Yes.
Space gunner in the 3rd Battalion of the Second World War of the first series of. No, Cain and Abel shouldn't be charged. No. Go to somebody that has training. NRA training is not all you need. You need to go and talk with somebody that has the experience of understanding what it is to clear a house in a residential setting. The door kickers that you see on TV that are wearing the stars and stripes and are doing it overseas, that is not the door kicking. That is not the clearing of a room or a house that you need to be doing at your house. It's a totally different ball game. I cannot think of a reason that you'd want to actually clear your house.
Outside of trying to get to a family member and you know that there was just you interrupted a burglary, and your 15-year-old is home by herself, and you want to get to that 15-year-old. Okay. Otherwise,
I'd say that more like safely clear a room.
Yeah. Well, and that's again, that's just from A to B.
I think looking at it that way, clearing a room, you may clear multiple rooms in
that
a row
process
to get to a person, but to clear the house, like that is, I think, the one
you can get
time
outside,
where that's where you do
get outside and call the cops.
Let's wait till the cops get there, and let's let them do that. Not saying that they're going to be better than you are, but they're paid to do it. You're not.
Yeah, you take care of your family and get out.
And whether it's the guys and the regular guys and gals in blue that show up, or if you got to wait for that special team to come, I think the house side, you should probably leave it up to the experts, or at least the people paid to do it.
Yep.
As opposed to it, the other side to that, again, clearing a room. We might be able to do some of that. You guys get into that in Handgun 3,
no,
but not really clearing a room.
Yeah, we've talked about trying to around barricades,
forth.
and we get into the basics of understanding how to look into stuff. And it varies so greatly in how you're going to approach a doorway, and if you're even going to enter the room. And there's so many different variables. It's fun. It's fun to do in that training setting, right? To learn different ways, but it's hard to do in the indoor range without setting a bunch of stuff up. And if we could spring the next time we remodel, if we could spring for bulletproof walls along everywhere in Bay 3, it would be pretty killer.
Man, so Monday you guys might have seen a couple of posts that Sam had, or pictures that Sam had posted up about. Man, I'll tell you what. Wait till we got the range open. You're gonna be so like.
I went down there today on my live and showed some of the. It's already been rebuilt about halfway
in Bay 3.
In Bay 3, but I showed them some of the pieces of wood that we pulled out of there, and everything's getting redone right now. So for those of you that don't know, lots of painting right next door in our classroom. Rick and Rich are over there right now, spackling and sanding and painting, and we're going to be laying down new floors. We've painted all of our bays, and we're redoing a bunch of stuff in Bay 3. So
it's going to be crazy.
Make everything look new. We're taking this slow period for us, where we're slow as far as the number of customers in here, and making some improvements.
And the fact that we can't use the range gives us an opportunity right now that we can go in there and do some of the upkeep and maintenance that we have tried before. I know some of you guys noticed that we were closed the one day where we tried to cram through a whole bunch of maintenance in one day. Well, now we've got multiple days.
Yeah, we got time.
We can actually get this stuff done and done right and fully. And so, really, there's a lot of neat changes. So a lot of them subtle. The regulars will. Yeah,
the regulars will definitely notice stuff
quite a bit. Let's see what else. Price point on how much you should be spending on as a proper gun owner. I think that's a tough one because I think there's a lot of things there.
Yeah, I mean, you can get
open.
You can get a gun from $250, $300 to $3,000. Very easily. So let's just say you spend
most of you are going to be
$600
suited in the $300 to $700 mark.
Yeah. So let's just say $500 on a gun. You spend another couple hundred on ammo gear. The first gun we're talking, right? So you don't have a cleaning kit. You need a bag of some sort. And here, trust me on this. If you buy this, people say, well, this comes in a box. I don't need a bag. No, you still. Yeah, you can carry this, but then you got to carry ammo, and you got to carry eye protection and ear protection and a cleaning kit and all your other stuff with you.
Right.
Get a bag, and get a bag that's going to carry more than just one gun. Because even though this is your first, you're going to end up with more.
And you don't need a big monster bag.
Yeah, you don't need a hockey-sized duffel bag, right? You just need something that can carry a couple of guns, some eye protection, ear protection, some ammo, cleaning kit, maybe some rags, maybe some extra earplugs, and I always carry extra stuff
in my bag. You should at least have the earplugs. So let's go over some of that stuff. So you got, and we went over some of these new gun buyer things last week. Ears. The ears are going to be one of your most important things to protect. I.e., you want to be able to hear people. So those can be done. Yes, really bad in this ear. It's not fun. So 50-cent little foam earplugs. Honestly, those a lot of people find those to be the most comfortable. Twisty roll up at the end, stick them in, pull out. They seat nicely. They work well. They're convenient, and I
keep a bunch of them in my bag.
Pack of those things. It's literally 100 ear protections, 50 pair. I think I paid like $6 for them, $8, something like that. Stick them in the corner.
That way, when you have some goofball show up that doesn't have their ears, you can. Here you go.
Yep. Right. So those are handy, and it's probably the most cost-effective way to get into it. As you find out how often you're doing it, you're going to end up wanting to upgrade. A lot of us go to more of an upgraded foamy, basically. I'm a big fan of the Surefire EP.
See, those don't work for me.
EP whatever's with the foam.
I've got weird ears, and even foamies after a little while hurt my ears. I will wear them sometimes when I like my ears, so I wear double hearing protection a lot. Right, so I'll put foamies in and then put my electronics over the top. But I tried the Surefire ones. They don't fit in my ear. They hurt bad. I had to buy 2 different sizes to get one to work in one ear, and it only worked marginally in the other. So I've messed up, right? So
that's a different.
It is what are the moldable ones?
Decibels.
Decibels. That's what I use as my earplugs now. It's literally like a plastic
foamy with a moldable.
Yeah, you put it in hot water, you smash it in your ear, and then you put the little foamy thing on it, you put it back in your ear, and it's good.
Yeah.
So I use that a lot of times, either on their own or to double up my hearing protection.
Yeah.
And that's why I like the electronics, because then I can turn them up and hear through the earplugs whenever I need to hear somebody talking. The downside of a foamy is that it takes time, right? You got to roll it up, put it in, then you got to wait for it to expand. Where if you put headphones on, it's instant.
Yeah.
So
instant on, instant
they
off.
all have their ups and downs.
So in the ear foamies or something a little bit upgraded. The more expensive route is going to be
Brent,
to go to
everybody cares about my funky ears.
And over the ears, the big muffs. They're going to actually generally stop more of the noise coming in as well.
Yeah.
And then, like you pointed out, the doubling up. I don't do it a whole lot when I'm shooting pistol stuff outside.
Pistols. Yeah, definitely not outside.
All 3
Indoors.
guns and 2 guns indoor. Like it's all. I've got 2 sets on.
Yeah.
I've got the inners and the outers, and the same thing. I have my electronics and I have them things blasted all the way up, and then you got your foamies in. It cuts out a lot of that noise, but you can still carry on conversations with people without screaming and yelling.
So range bag, eyes, ears.
Eyes. I mean, you can get real fancy. You can get less than fancy. Yes, you need eye protection.
100%.
I'm a big fan of having a hat. I think it's a nicety that is on the verge of being almost requirement.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is I wear glasses, so these bug shields work, generally speaking, just fine. The problem is when you're, especially inside, and you have stuff hit off the side. An old boss of mine, it was funny and scary at the same time, but he had a round that went off the side, went in behind his glasses, and got caught in between his glass and his eye, on the back of his eyelid. Brass is very hot when it comes out after having just had an explosion going off inside it. The scary part for those around was that he just literally threw the gun down at the table in front of him, which then caused it to bounce back, and it came bouncing back to him. Keep your cool, people. You're not going to die from a hot piece of hot brass. It may burn your eye, but seriously, throwing a gun down and having that put another round through you, going to hurt a lot worse.
Yeah.
Set the gun down, make sure it stops, then rip off your eyes to take out this hot piece of brass. I know it's hard to think about at that time frame, but really it'll do everybody a big help if you just safely put the gun down, then address that. So a hat will keep it from bouncing up over the top, which is what happened to him. It went inside. eye protection. I'm a huge fan of Edge tactical eyewear. Anytime I'm shooting outside at any of the matches and all that stuff, I use Edge. I am technically kind of sponsored by them, but at the same time, I have spent my own money on their glasses.
And well before you were ever sponsored for them, or sponsored by them, have used their stuff. And I use their stuff too. I've got a couple pairs of their glasses, and I really like them. And I'm picky on glasses. I guess I'm picky in general, but I don't like cheap glasses because I don't like to see deformations in the plastic and all that kind of stuff. And when you spend, and they're not costly when it comes to glasses.
So you can get their cheapest side is like $10-15 for their tiger eyes, or I think they're called, or something like that, or dragon eyes. They're just a basic safety glass. Very simple, very just like you see at Walmart and all the rest of them. They just have this really cool anti-fog on them that, with one exception, I mean they don't really fog up.
Now, to their defense, yes, I can overheat those things and fog them up. But in their defense, that's when I'm riding my bicycle and huffing it through the woods somewhere, and I'm not going very fast, but I'm working really hard, and I've never fogged them up shooting or just general running around, being outside. But
and the regular safety glasses too.
Yeah.
So they're just safety glasses. We'll have. I think we're depending on Jeff. He should be getting them. We should have a big old display on the corner here. Be awesome
Soon
to have them. Jeff, when are we getting the Edge display?
When they ship it to us.
Okay, so we are waiting on them being, but the $10, $15 for their cheap sets, up to the ones I like are the Hamels, and I want to say they're $50-$60, something like that.
and they're worth the cost because they last a long
They're
time.
literally my sunglasses and my shooting glasses, $365
All the time.
Every morning, those go on. I drive in, I take them off. And I come in and I put them on at night. If it's sun's out, I got my Edges on. So I'm always ready. Somebody shoots a 22 in my eye, it'll stop it. Shotgun to the face.
Eye shield.
My eyes will be okay.
You gonna stand here and eat your lunch with us?
Nowhere else to go.
Okay. You can hang out.
So let's see.
You got to
I
hang out
think
in the
the
middle
only
so
other
we can
big
see
one
you.
on here
You got to hang out more in the middle so we can see you.
touch on really is different types of ammo and their uses, but I think that could go really wild.
Yeah, shotgun ammo goes in shotguns. Rifle ammo goes in rifles. Pistol ammo goes in rifles sometimes.
Yeah,
And
unless you
rifle
got
ammo
one of
goes in
them
pistols
weird
sometimes.
like rifle caliber pistols or pistol caliber rifles. Then you get
Yeah,
confusing.
really
but
the big thing for the newer shooters is self-defense ammo and range ammo, or ball ammo we call it. So we had a lot of confusion in that when we had all the newer people buying guns. Like, hey, do you want it, when we had self-defense ammo, which we don't have much of right now, hey, do you want self-defense ammo or range ammo? Well, I want ammo. Yeah, well, what's different? Yeah, self-defense ammo is meant for self-defense, and range ammo is meant for the range, right? It's a hollow point versus a round nose projectile or flat, non-hollow point projectile.
Jason says Dragon's Breath for home defense. Absolutely.
Whoa.
As long as it's at your house and not mine.
Yes.
So, yeah. You're something, buddy.
Did Jeff bring enough to share? I don't know.
I don't know. Well, we do have a hint of lime Tostitos. So if you come in, it looks like there's a small section of that bag. So swing in.
You
Jeff
got to
will,
use a rubber glove
Jeff
to get a
will
chip
show.
out. You eat the chip and then you set your rubber glove back in the bag.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? That's the way you do that.
You gotta lick the glove though.
Yeah,
and
lick
then you take it
the
off.
lime, salt stuff off, then
And
drop
you get all
glove
the
in bag.
It's
flavors.
not tequila shots. What are you talking about?
What, we get did I hear you saying that we get tequila shots
It's
too?
not tequila shots.
I think he
Can
said
we
he's
do
got tequila shots.
Can we do a Facebook Live with?
doing that.
We are. We're live. With well, I wasn't thinking tequila because I mean I like tequila, but I don't like shots.
I'm not.
I'm
Tequila
okay
starts a
sipping.
fight
It can.
every time. Do some whiskey.
Oh man, I've been in some bad ones in
do
Mexico
some
after
whiskey,
tequila.
yeah, see?
Anyway,
Get your fortune.
let me try this again. with you at your house, me at my house, and him at his house, can we do a Facebook Live all at the same time? Because I've been thinking, like, it'd be nice to do something here and just do a social hour thing and just chit chat with people and have a drink.
So
and,
you have like Google Hangouts that you can do that.
yeah.
Or
But then can we? Well, I guess you could interact then
Can
and
you
do
do,
it on
like-
Facebook.
I don't think you can.
yeah, I don't know. I know that
We're gonna look into that because I want to sit down and just drink
YouTube
a
and
beer.
Facebook probably don't have a whole lot of the happiness together because they're kind of fighting for the same
Thing,
thing.
the same space.
But you can probably figure that out.
No,
And
I'll
just
look-
be
I'll look into it and
"Hey,
see."
This is how we do that
Yeah.
because you got to dumb it down for those of us like Jeff and I. 'Cause
Yeah.
We just need I do what? And then I do this app and then I press this button.
He probably vapes. He doesn't anymore, actually. So
Yeah,
good
he
for
quit.
Jeffrey. Jeffrey quit.
he
That's a
quit.
good thing.
He did, but it doesn't.
We got anything else on our list of stuff there?
New Missouri
It's a
and
very
Illinois
random list. Thanks,
laws
Sam,
on
for the
castle
randomness.
law, carry laws with Missouri permit in the state of Illinois. As long as you're in the car,
Yeah.
you're okay.
That's the
if you
basics
get out
of
of
it,
the car, you're screwed. Illinois doesn't care.
Yeah.
They don't like you.
Just don't go there.
And for the most part, that kind of seems like it's happening to Illinois residents as well, because the Illinois residents, I know that I've heard many a war story and horror story about them trying to get their FOID cards renewed,
Oh.
their concealed carry license renewed, or get the classing in the first place. And then you got the whole, like, weed is legal there, but yet it's against this, so then they're using all kinds of stuff. Like, Illinois is just a mess right now. I don't know.
Sam just
Ultimately,
blamed
this
the
is-
random list on you. She said it was your fault.
I mean, yeah, that's because I said, hey, here's what I'm thinking we do. And she was like, cool, I'll just go through the post and I'll compile it all for you. And I was like, cool. And then it was compiled. And I rearranged some of that to make more sense and less sense, or could talk, less talk. But I'm not blaming her. She is. Illinois, it just sucks.
Yeah. I don't
and
like
I
it.
shoot there a lot. I have heard from many a cop that as long as you're not in Cook County, the rest of the state is nice.
They don't
and the
really
cops
care.
are very, very cool. I shoot with about a dozen Illinois cops. All of them really, really nice guys. All of them are kind of on the same boat as we are. They'd love to not enforce a lot of that stuff, and I'm not going on record to say that they don't enforce some of those things, but I have seen some things at times where I'm like, can you
Wait, we're in
pass that
Illinois.
here?
Yeah.
Like, this is, and I'm told, shut up. And
Yeah.
I do. So, let's see. Travel laws in Illinois for in-state and out-of-state drivers. You should obey all the travel laws.
What was that?
Travel laws in Illinois for in-state and out-of-state drivers. Everybody has to stick to the posted speed limits.
Yeah.
Wear seatbelts. Stop at the red octagonal signs. The lights, if they're red, you stop. Yellow, slow down. to
Travel
stop.
laws.
Green, you
No
get to
right turn
go.
on red in Illinois.
There's not?
What? Are you for seriousness?
How about U-turns to the left?
On green, yeah.
No, I mean on the red.
No.
I don't know about that one. I'm going to look.
I spent 10 years over there doing work and bids, and yeah, no right turns on red. So you have to remember that being in Missouri, we do that all the time.
Yeah.
Like we roll them.
yeah.
You can't do that.
You're not really supposed to roll those
You're not
either.
supposed to.
No. No, it definitely says stop. And
Then,
despite what I was told when I was growing up, the ones that have white on the outside does not mean they're optional.
optional.
Found that out the hard way. No, not now. Different day. I think that's really what
think
we
that's
got.
about it.
I know there is some new news out of Virginia with some new gun laws that Jack Wagon in charge there decided he's going to throw out a bunch more new gun laws because
Ken!
nobody can protest because
Come here and say hi.
supposedly protesting is
Ken just
not
looked at me and went like this.
covered by scariness.
Right there.
Hey, there we go.
We
There's
got Ken
So,
now.
Yeah, I just can't tell if he did the live with me, and he just looked at me and was like, I don't.
That camera shot is.
Do we have to? And so, I do have a real fun idea about some NFA stuff, so if I can get our NFA guy to participate. But he's not wanting to.
Yeah, we'll try to figure that out.
We're gonna have something. That would be fun.
Okay.
Other than that, is there anything else in there?
No, not really. Brent and Sam are talking about doing the multi-person Facebook Live thing. That's about it.
Okay.
Brent's saying Instagram Live allows you to invite people to co-stream. It's interesting.
I don't know. The Instagram's confused me.
Yeah, I don't.
I tried to comment once and got totally confused. And for like 4 days, people are replying, and I'm like,
I don't know
thanks, but I don't even know what. I don't know
what that means.
What is it? And you click on it, and it doesn't even bring you to the post or to your comment. It brings you into like, here's a DM, and you're like, I don't want a DM. I don't even know what a DM is. Get away. So
I get the DMs from supposedly all these women. I don't think they're real girls.
no, I'm 99% sure that's ISIS.
Yeah.
Definitely
You're
ISIS.
supposed to say,
They're like, hey, what's up?
the statement is,
I'm like, no.
not today, ISIS, screenshot, post of the same.
Yeah.
Why, I don't know.
All right, guys. I
I
think
don't
we're.
think there's anything else. So, if you got anything, shoot it over to us. Comment, like,
Email
follow.
Chris at therangeSTL.com.
We're like this close to 10,000 likes on Facebook. So
Yeah, man. Share our page
boost,
and
pop
stuff.
some up, people,
Yeah.
and be like, hey,
They're
these
pretty
guys
close.
are pretty all right.
So it works better now that Facebook took it over.
No, I'm not. No, Brent, and you're not going to sucker me into it.
Yeah, I Instagram post like just every once in a while. Usually a bike thing, maybe a gun
I'm
thing.
pretty sure
That's
my
about it.
daughter has posted the last couple of posts that I posted on Instagram because she had my phone, and the next thing I know, there's like, I'm like, where did this come from? She just chuckled and ran away. So, but anyway, like, comment, do the things.
Yeah, please,
down in
share the
things.
page.
Share the
We want to hit
page.
10,000.
We'll do something fun. Maybe we'll let people come shoot.
So real quick, just as a reminder, hours currently are Tuesday through Sunday, 11
Monday.
to 6. Okay, no Mondays. We are not here. Well, we're here on Mondays doing maintenance and inventory and that sort of thing. But 11 to 6, Tuesday through Sunday. Okay, 11 to 6. Doors are locked. But all you gotta do is hit the doorbell. We will come to the door. Don't sit there and ding, 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 ding. You will get a much more aggressive answer at the front door.
Yes.
Hit the doorbell. If we don't come running, we are helping people that we don't want to run away from. So give us a minute, we'll come get
And
you.
we can only fit 8 people in
Our building, yes.
the building right now because of
Space
bugs.
requirements. Yes.
So please understand. No, you do not have to buy something just to come in. However, please understand that we only have 8 people that can be in here. So if you are adamant about I'm not going to spend any money, I'm just here to look around, please be cognizant of the fact that there may be somebody outside that does want to spend some money.
Yep.
Not that we need to make the money, but that the guy may need the thing that he wants to buy. So just understand that. Most people have been pretty cool about that. We've had quite a few people that have voluntarily stood outside and waited until people came out. So thank you for doing that, guys. Really appreciate all the common decency that seems to be pretty prevalent around here. So thank you guys for giving us a chance. Tell your friends, have them give us a chance as well.
One quick question from William. Do you guys have any flash hiders for the Saker 7.62, 5.56?
I do not think we do.
Yeah, I don't believe so either. But
got-
if you want us to look, shoot us a message.
Yeah.
And we can check for you. Maybe send you a link.
Otherwise, are you ready?
I'm ready.
You
I
ready?
gotta go walk over that
Let's
way
see if-
to make us unready.
Do the
But
things.
come see us,
Come see us.
14803 Manchester Road. If you have to, we are here. You should
We have
still
lots
right
of
now
stuff right now.
hang out at home. Check some of the live videos from the mornings. I kind of go through and show the inventory. Some of it changes. Well, it all changes daily. But I'm trying to focus on the guns. I wonder if I'll even get to show that tomorrow morning.
I doubt it.
Probably
Highly
not.
doubt it.
Probably not. Like you said, had 2, got 1 just this afternoon, right before we went live. Sold 1 already. So, okay, I'm gonna go shut us down, and so you guys stand here and just like smile and look pretty.
Wait, well, we can try this. Oh my goodness! Look at that, Sergey doing the style points.